Salma Ashraf is a legal researcher on Egypt at the Human Rights Monitor. She joins us now in the studio. Many thanks for coming into the studio, Salma. Amnesty International is just one of the human rights organizations that have described these trials as disgraceful. Can you tell us a bit more about what has been going on over the last 5 years?
Well, since the coup happened and Abdel Fattah al-Sisi came over, he arrested thousands of people, amounting to 80,000 detainees, political detainees, and he fabricated so many charges against them, and he have hung so many people and sentenced thousands to death. And among them are the last case, which includes the 75 detainees who were sentenced today to death. This is a first-degree verdict, and they can appeal after that, but we cannot guarantee what will happen, whether they will get executed or not, because there is no legal system in Egypt, and the verdicts and the court's cases are based on political basis, and they can just be executed like others who were executed. The case itself is faulty. It includes so many violations because, for example, among the detainees were members who were already inside the prison before the incident happened, and also there is until now 75 court sessions had taken place, 47 and 74, sorry. And none of them had a single evidence against the defendants.
So why has this been allowed to happen? Why has the international community, for example, not intervened?
They have only condemned and denounced and so on, but nothing really had happened. And this is because the situation is similar to Syria, the Middle East. It needs great force and great job in order to change the systems. Yes, but and it needs political will. But since we can see that Syria is having so many violations and nobody's speaking about it, the same thing is happening in Egypt. Can you imagine that people were not in the scene and were actually in prison, and now they're being tried for killing their own people? Like, we have defendants who have their sons, their daughters killed inside Rab al Adawiya, but they're being tried for killing and accused of killing their own sons and daughters. And it's really disgraceful. And the trial itself, it lacks the minimum standards of a fair trial. The whole legal system in Egypt is flawed. And we just call on the international community to really uphold the human rights standards and speak up for the people who are being executed on a daily basis in Egypt.
There have been protests to some extent within the country against the current government. Is there any way Egypt can find a way back to a more democratic political environment?
Currently, I don't think so, because it's a police state and everyone who speaks up either gets imprisoned or executed or even randomly killed, like what happens in Sinai. People their houses get bombed and they're killed in the street. So in this atmosphere, you can't really imagine that people would revolt and go out or do something like what happened now in January 2011.
Many thanks for speaking to us, Salma Ashraf, a legal researcher on Egypt at the Human Rights Monitor.